let's kick it off. So it's been a pretty exciting podcast adventure thus far. Had some great guests on and some awesome rhetoric.
Vince dropped today.
Yeah, this morning. Yep.
It's a doozy.
That was great. And big month for us, so we decided I would do a podcast and just bring it back home and talk about what we have going on and talk about Outsider a little bit. So,
I mean, you obviously want to talk about my slipper game here.
I thought the shirt might draw a little attention until I looked down and saw these fucking slippers, and I love them.
They Saba, I think is how you say it. They're El Paso, Texas. But I saw them online and ordered them, and then we were at Bar Taco in 12 South.
Yeah,
and there's a store across the street, and they had like a little pop up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over there. I got a few more in my.
So are those from online or?
These are online.
Yeah.
I got some other ones that I bought that from the store. But I mean, I think they're going to be my regular rotation.
I looked down and I was a little jealous, and the reason being is, you know how you click on loafers or whatever one time on Instagram, and next thing you know, it's your feed's full of loafers.
This is going to be on Instagram in your phone. Is your phone in here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, I already have loafers all over them because I've been trying to find the right pair, and I was actually going to ask you, how far do I go? Do I go like exotic and crazy with the gold buckle, with the shorter pants, or do I go more just casual?
I mean, I would go both.
Yeah.
Are those some new kicks you got on?
Yeah. June needed a new pair of shoes, so we went down and she was shoe shopping, and I saw these bad boys on sale, so I picked them up.
Love a good sale.
Yeah.
Just got back from Tampa last night.
How was that?
It was good. Kenny Session concert. We stayed a couple extra days and just hung out. I'm going to say this, and this is not exaggeration, and Sam will back me up. Samantha will back me up. We went to Burns Steakhouse. Have you ever heard of this place?
No.
So it's they have the biggest wine cellar in the country. But I mean, it's this old school place.
Can you go down and check it out?
You can. We did not, but you can. It's this old school place, and it's like broken up into like these small little rooms. Like it was kind of weird walking into it. I didn't really know what to expect.
Is it building roll? Is that why it's real roomy?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But the best steak I've ever had in my life. I'm not, no exaggeration. I'm being dead serious. Burns Steakhouse, best steak I've ever had in my life.
What'd you get?
We got this Delmonico, 100-day aged Delmonico.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
6 ounces.
14 ounces. We split it.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah. Can't say enough about it.
What was your side?
It comes with French onion soup. It comes with baked potato. We got some mushrooms and a little salad.
I love mushrooms. One thing, you say good steak, I think of bourbon and steak here in Nashville. And
Bourbon steak?
Bourbon steak, yeah. I love the duck fat fries and all the.
They usually have a rib cap there too. Sometimes it's on the menu, sometimes it's not, but it's phenomenal.
What day did you guys go down?
We went down. I went down Saturday.
Okay, and back last night.
Yeah, the boys had football Friday night, flag football. Made my coaching debut.
Oh, okay. So, back it up. How'd you get the call?
I'm an assistant. This is a different league. This is a different league. The indoor league we've spoke about. I didn't make the cut as a coach for that. Don't know. I mean, resume wasn't up to par.
Soldier Field is outside. You bring nothing to the table.
So this other league, they're starting. Actually, a guy that I played with in Chicago, Joe the Rock, he started down in Texas, and they brought it up here, so it's kind of a jumpstart league. But Camden, I'm assistant coach on both the boys' teams. Camden's U12, Jaxie's U10. Camden played first.
Is this the beginning of a new season or is it mid-season?
Beginning of a new season.
Okay.
First game last Friday. I call the plays for him. Camden's team won 32-0. We pulled him towards the end. He got a little out of hand. And then Jackson, we were at a burner. But it was 20-20 with like 5 minutes to go. And one of the kids had a pick six, put us up, and then we had a huge defensive stop, scored again right before time went out. So we won that one 32-20. Exciting stuff though. Like calling plays. I mean, I've never done it before, but I mean, obviously, calling plays it was a lot of fun for the boys.
Okay, so how many plays did you have?
Camden's team has, I think we've got like 16 or 17.
Wow.
It's all on a wristband. They've got a wristband.
All the players.
All the players have the wristbands, and then it's kind of color coded.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of color coded, and then like if you got a red wristband, like the red circle on the plays, that's where you line up.
Gotcha.
And then Camden has one, so I'm on the sideline. I'm just like play two. So we don't really huddle. They just kind of look at the play two, line up, and let's roll.
Do you think stealing signs is in your near future for your opponents?
I did steal signs from the other team.
Shocker.
He was B. Like he just had A, B, C, D, E. I think that's how they're calling their plays. And B was a run, and he kept saying B, and I'm like, boys, it's a run, it's a run. Which I mean isn't. I don't know if it's probably better sportsmanship for 12-year-olds, but I had a blast.
I don't know. It's all part of the game.
I agree.
You know, like people have been stealing signs since sport's been around. Mm-hmm. And if you are not doing anything to cover up your signs and you're leaving it out there, I just call it good situational awareness, especially if the boys start picking it up.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you have to.
But I felt bad. They only had 5 kids in the team. They were a little outmatched. And I mean, we were running up and down the field. So we play them again this Friday. So I'm gonna tell their coach, like, play us in zone, because they played man the entire game, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I called 6 plays. They were just all man beaters, and so I think if he plays us in zone, slow us down a little bit, be a better game.
So, how many games do you guys have a week? One a week?
One a week. Yeah.
Okay. Practices?
One a week.
Okay. How good do you feel right now?
I mean, driving home Friday, I was feeling pretty good about myself.
Windows down, music blaring.
Yeah. 2 wins, 2-0.
Oh man,
I was worried about Jackson's game because I mean they had a kid number 22 that could go.
Really?
He could go. I mean, ran hard for a 10-year-old, like just his cuts. I mean, he was straight downhill, and Bowen, one of our better players, he plays hockey too, and he was running a little bit late from hockey, but once he got there, he kind of helped him and Jackson and some of the other boys. We got him shut down in the second half, but first half I was worried because this dude was just hitting the sideline. Gone.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Good for him.
He's gonna be a little player when he gets older, I think.
Good. So April, big month for us.
Yep.
My birthday. My 40th birthday just happened.
Birthdays. How does it feel to be 40?
I don't feel any different.
Yeah,
you know, if anything, I kind of like it because 39, you're on the brink, and now I'm 40, so I'm established. Mm-hmm. At least that's what I'm just lying to myself and telling myself that. But there's no midlife crisis, no any of that going on. I really don't give a shit. I did like celebrating though. Went to the Masters and so went out there. What was that, last weekend? Yep. And went out there with my good buddy Jason. We got a killer Airbnb walking distance to Augusta National. Mm-hmm. And we flew in on Thursday, I believe, and went out around a little town called Aiken and had a few drinks. And then Friday we went to Sage Valley and played golf there. And I talked to Steven about that. Do you know the history behind Sage Valley?
No.
So the gentleman that started it, Mr. Wyatt, he tried to join Augusta National, I believe, in like the mid-'90s.
Okay.
And they wouldn't let him. I don't know the reason why. So he told them he's going to go right down the road and build a golf course that is nicer than Augusta National.
Sage Valley is pretty nice.
It is beautiful. So we were fortunate enough to play that with Tom Wyatt, the owner's son, and my buddy Jason, and the whole experience is just phenomenal. We had lunch in the clubhouse, and then the locker room has a full bar in it.
Gosh.
And with a couple tables, and there's 2 bottles on the counter. I was trying to figure out what they were because I've never seen them before. McClellan 32. Yeah, it was like 15K a bottle. Didn't drink any. I stuck to Coors Lights.
There you go. Stay in your lane.
Exactly. Then we went hit some practice balls and met our caddies. Caddies are super cool. One of the caddies had caddied in the Masters 3 times, which was super cool. And then Jason and I played a scramble, which is a little unconventional on a course like that. But if you're going to play bad, play fast.
Exactly.
And so I didn't do that well on the front 9, but I carried the team on the back. So after a couple beers, was loosened up,
Settled in.
Yep. And did really well on the back. And then went to the country club afterwards and had a cocktail. And then woke up the next morning and went to the Masters.
Augusta is something else.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you want to talk about efficiency. TSA, everyone else needs to take a lesson from what they do at Augusta National with all those people going through the concession stands, because they're all over the place. And you look at the line, you're like, oh man, this line's going to take forever. And they just shuttle people through there. It is extremely efficient. So hats off to them. But I did eat every sandwich. They're $1.50.
And they haven't raised the prices. I mean, the prices are is affordable.
So there's 3 of us, and every time we went through, everyone got a sandwich and maybe they have little sweets like pecan pies, little things. So we wanted to try everything, and we each got 2 beers. Every time we got to the cash register, it was $60. So 6 beers, like 3-4 sandwiches, 3-4 treats. So
I don't know if I told you this. I've played Augusta.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to play there.
I didn't want to do it
just because the fairways are so freaking narrow, and the greens are tiny.
Yeah,
you really get appreciation for it when you're there. When did you play that?
2006. I just got drafted to Denver, and I got drafted on my birthday, oddly enough. And then the next day,
that's great.
I know. And then the next day, they fly you out to, meet the team and stuff like that. So took a flight out in the morning, spent the whole day there, blah, 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 the pictures, all the stuff. And then I was flying back, and I was connecting through Dallas, and it was late. It was like 10 o'clock at night or something. And get on the plane, and there's a guy sitting across from me. And we start shooting the shit, talking and stuff. And he actually is a Vanderbilt donor, and then helped start the golf club of Tennessee, or Tennessee Golf Club, I forget what it's called. It's out 40 West, beautiful course. But he was a member at Augusta. And he's like, hey, come down and play. And I'm like, I'm good, man. I've played like 10 rounds of golf in my life at this point. And he's like, no,
but you're a freakishly good athlete.
Yeah, but like you said, like, it's just, that place is, historic. Like, you just don't want to, I was just out of my league.
Yep.
Obviously, I went down and played, stayed in the cabins there. And I'm not 21, 22, just turned 22 maybe. And go to breakfast the morning we're going to play. And the guy comes over, he's like, what do you want for breakfast? The waiter. And I'm like, I didn't get a menu. He goes, we don't have menus. What do you want? I'm like, what? He goes, just tell me what you want.
Really?
I'm like, anything? He's like, anything. I'm like, okay. I think I just got an omelet or something. But then we go out there and play, and I'm horrible. But the caddies were awesome. And I remember we'd get on the green and stuff, and the hole is 20 feet that way. And he's like, hey, I need you just to put it 8 inches over here. And I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. So those caddies they knew that course like the back of a hand. But it was a cool experience. Probably never happen again. So,
when we were playing Sage Valley, they were talking about the similarities in the greens at Sage Valley and Augusta. I've never played greens that fast.
Yeah, they're super fast.
Maybe I think it's just the way they take care of the course, obviously. But you barely have to hit that ball, and it is lightning gone. Like it's almost like you're putting on ice.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's on glass. Speaking of draft, the draft is coming up.
Yeah, and the Bears have the first pick
Thursday.
They're going with the quarterback from USC.
Yep, Caleb Williams. I just saw Ryan Clark and those guys on the Pivot just did a podcast with Caleb, and I texted Ryan yesterday when I was in the airport, and he really liked the kid. He said he's well put together, good awareness. So we'll see. I mean, they're going to take him, and then they've got another pick nine or something like that. So,
do you think they're going to trade up? I heard they might trade up for 4.
try to get a receiver.
Yes.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Out of Ohio?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ohio State. Yeah.
That's
He's a beast. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
What do you have planned?
There's a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, there's 3 or 4 quarterbacks maybe they're saying is going to go in the first round. So
I looked at the mock draft last night, and I think top 4 were quarterbacks.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you have going on for your birthday? We're about a week out, right?
Next Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were talking about maybe going out to Montana, checking on the ranch. Bear season's in.
Yep.
Could go out there for a couple days. We were talking about going to New Orleans and just kind of eating our way through that town. But I don't know.
So last year for your 40th, went out to Black's Island, is that what it's called? And yesterday, Jason Shear sent us those pictures. sends these pictures, and we'll try to put them up. So in the background of these pictures, there's 3 different pictures. There is a person on the rooftop of the building on Black's Island, and apparently this island is known to be haunted. What did you think of those pictures? The person looked like, for a little context, the person looked like Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little disturbing. Jason Shear swears it's a ghost. He's been talking to the owner of the island. The guy's got a million ghost stories. I didn't get any ghosty vibes when we were there.
Nor did I, but I don't know how many vibes I was in the spirit world myself. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
My awareness was not high.
To say the least. But
Hell, there could have been a ghost in my room. I wouldn't even have known.
But it's the only thing that really threw me off. It looked like they had some color on their shirt.
Yeah.
It looked like a blue color.
I don't know,
But very interesting.
it is. It is a weird picture because it was Luke Bryan's niece or something.
Yeah.
And there's everyone dressed up, happy, and then at the very top of the building, there's just this dark figure up
Too
there.
much work to stage.
Yeah, and it's not even funny. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I believe in ghosts. I think.
Would you rather stay in a room with that ghost or relive the boat ride the night of your birthday?
Oh, God, the ghost. Boat ride was just ridiculous. There were 16 people on a pontoon. It was super windy. Waves were crashing. My brother-in-law Ty was on the boat. He can't swim. He was freaking out. But we had Navy SEAL Sam, so you have to say the day.
I mean, everyone was wigging the fuck out. It got to where it was, at first it was funny, and then it was a little unsafe, and then it was really unsafe.
Yeah, and
then it got really quiet on the boat.
Well, I was worried when we started turning around that the whole thing was just going to tip.
You know who I'm going to give it up to on that whole boat ride is Ivy.
Why?
Because she stood up there like a champ, didn't say a word, no complaining, and she's 95 pounds.
It's true.
You know?
So we saw her in Tampa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was down there promoting some southbound tequila stuff.
Nice.
Doing well.
So, other big news for me this month is I drew my first elk tag.
You did, Montana.
I think almost everyone that put in drew.
Except for me.
You didn't draw?
I didn't get one.
Really?
Yeah. I turned in like, cause they do a landowner thing now, and I turned in all my stuff, but apparently I needed a copy of the property tax thing or something, and I didn't do that. So, yeah.
Really?
I'll get a cow tag later on, but it's fine. It's good. Samantha got one. You got one. John got one. Josh Fields.
I'm sure he got one.
Yeah. I mean, well, he'll get one.
What's the date? What's the plan? Do you want to run it back like we did last year, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we hit Kentucky first, opening weekend, and then Yeah, around the 15th, 20th, something like
Okay.
that. Go down.
In on Friday on that Allegiant flight.
Yeah.
And then hopefully Josh Fields can come out and maybe Brandon again. Not too sure. We'll see to film.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw him at Bricktops, him and Bud. They killed some turkeys. Speaking of turkeys, are you going to kill a turkey?
Maybe next Friday. We're doing Josh Fields. Is that next week or the week after?
Yeah.
And then there's a Morgan Wallen concert on Thursday night that he's going to, and maybe shoot up on Friday to Kentucky to kill a turkey.
Yeah, got quite a few birds. My dad killed one last night.
Big one?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. Did he call it in and it was a solo mission, or did he bring Luke out there, or what?
No, he was fine. I don't know. The story's not lining up. Luke and I got two different stories, so not really.
That's why that pregnant pause is in there.
Yeah, not really sure what happened.
Left
there.
the opening for old
He
Jack's,
said he shot it from 60 yards away, which maybe okay. But then he told Luke he was like in the trees, and he told me he was in the blind. I don't know. And then we've got to get Samantha's video out there too. That I gotta film her today. Give a little context.
I've been waiting to send that sucker out.
I know.
That's
so
an
good.
epic video.
It is. She's a psychopath.
Speaking of Samantha and the warm weather coming up, did you cash in on any of your get wet bets?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's getting a little warm for him to count.
I know. I might have to wait until. Well, I mean, Montana. When we go out to Montana, there's some water out there to be cold.
It will be.
I think you have to explain what a get wet bet is.
Little context. So a get wet bet, I don't know, this started a long time ago in one of my platoons. And I'm sure it started before we started doing it. But we used to bet a Subway sandwich, a $5 foot long. And that was a bet for everything.
Okay.
And then it turned into a get wet bet. So I bet you something, and you lose. I get wet bet. I can call you anytime, any place, and you have to submerge yourself in the closest body of water. So that's why it's good to hang on to get wet bets.
Oh yeah.
For the wintertime.
And Samantha, she owes me too. I mean, I don't even know how the second one came about, but. And I've almost cashed him in a couple of times.
She owes me one.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, we were in Big Sky.
Yeah.
Okay. We were at that TAC event. And I've almost cashed him in, but at the time, I'm like, this is literally just going to ruin the night. And she's going to be heated.
Yep.
And we're done here if this happens.
Would you ever do it mid-argument? And would she abide?
Oh, that's actually a great idea.
I mean, just to really bury yourself.
Hey, little time out here. Get wet.
The drink.
She would abide. She would abide.
I mean, that's a bet.
We were in Charleston, and there was this dirty ass like fountain, and if it would have been colder out, I was gonna cash it in because we were right by the hotel. She could have just jumped in there. And then we could have went to the hotel. She could shower and change, but it just wasn't cold enough. It was a little bit too warm, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't really want to waste it." I mean, the fountain was. I mean, there's people everywhere. It would have been amazing, but something happened. We'll get it.
One of the best ones I've ever seen cashed in is we go out on like this training, training mission, and we just start, and it was a cold day, but it got warm during the day, so all the dirt turned into mud and everything like that, and everything started to thaw out. And then we're walking to get set up. And this is the beginning of, I think, like a 2-day training exercise. And you feel the mud crunch beneath your feet because it's starting to freeze again. And we walk by this big, pond, and it's just dirtier than shit. And then you hear over the radio, "All stop." And everyone's like, "What the hell's going on?" Then you hear over the radio, "JD hit it."
Oh god!
And he dropped his ruck and his gun and went right in that fucking. Oh, and it was cold. It was very well executed timing on the get wet bet for sure.
Came back, got back in line, and continued on.
Then I don't know if he brought a change. Actually, he did bring a change of clothes, and because he was expecting it.
Okay.
And so he was able to change out.
I'll tell you what, if you get into a get wet bet situation, you better be pretty damn confident that you're going to win. Because that thing looming, don't you have one over your brother?
Yeah. The two I have right now are I have one over Crispy, I have one over Samantha, and one over Jed.
Does anyone have one of you?
Nope.
That's a good place to be.
What about you?
2-1 Samantha. Maybe one. Do I have one on your brother too?
Yeah. So
they were on the opposite side of that
bet
bet
against us.
Do you follow the NBA playoffs at all?
Not particularly.
Yeah, I don't either. We don't have to talk about that.
Yep.
Trump trials happening now.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know much about it.
Me neither.
It's over the hush money.
Mm-hmm.
It's New York. I mean, they're going to try everything under the sun to convict him of something.
I mean, they're just doing it because we're getting ready for the elections.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I know.
pretty cut and dry. What's going? Not cut and dry, but it's pretty obvious what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
With that whole situation.
Tractor Supply. We're in Tractor Supply now.
Yes, sir.
You sent me that list, and it's an impressive list.
It's 1,000 different stores.
That's amazing.
So, and
this is in all the these are on Tractor Supply.
Yep, the water bottle right
Water
behind
bottle,
you,
somewhere back
and
here.
our PM hard koozie. We're in 1,000 different Tractor Supplies all over the nation. So, hopefully, we sell through and sell out of those fairly quickly. And so go check out our drinkware there and buy the whole PDQ. PDQ is a display, and check us out. What else we got? Music Monday was yesterday. Epic video. I loved it. So you and Riley, you two guys, your phone's always playing music. Your music is on 24/7 in your guys' lives. So, and you're the one that thought of Music Monday a long time ago when we were at your house thinking of content ideas. You brought up Music Monday. Why do you like listening to music all the time?
I don't know. Maybe because I hate silence. I mean, there's probably some insecurity here about something.
I'm just peeling back the onion, but
I don't know. It's just, and I enjoy lots of different kinds of music too.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's been that way for a long time, and obviously, the phones and computers and everything make it so easy to tap into, whatever kind of music you want to listen to. So, yeah, I mean, I love it.
What about hotel rooms? Do you hate being in hotel rooms by yourself?
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Whenever I'm doing that inside the NFL again this year, and I would, if Samantha didn't have the kids, I mean, I'd be like, I'd make her come with me. But I mean, I'll get there and then I'll just go down to because I usually get there Monday, and I'll just go down to the restaurant down there and just sit down there, watch the game, have a little bite to eat until it's time for bed.
That's exactly what I do. I throw my stuff in the room, go down the lobby, grab a beer, food, see what's on TV.
Are you get unpack and organized guy? Or
No.
are you just kind of, you just leave it in the
No, if I have shirts and stuff, I'll do my due diligence and hang them up. It all depends on what the event's for. If I need to have shirts that aren't too wrinkly, I'll hang them up, and check out the iron, maybe press them and just get ready for the week. And then, but if we're just going on a boys trip or something like that, I'll just leave everything in my bag. What about you?
Oh, first thing I do, unpack. Hang up, get organized, get the charger situated, get the bathroom.
Now, do you pack up the morning or the night before? Sorry, the night before you leave.
Depends when I'm leaving. If I'm leaving if I'm leaving earlier, yes, I'll definitely pack up. If I'm leaving in the afternoon, I'll get packed up the morning of.
The day before I leave or the night before, I will have that thing ready to roll. Close out.
Oh, you mean your house?
No.
The hotel?
The hotel room.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going on a trip like this, that Tampa trip, I mean, I'll start packing 3 or 4 days in advance. Kind of lay it out options, take a look at them. Maybe I don't like it, change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And since I've gotten older, I started packing way less stuff.
Me too.
Way less. I mean, I remember when I was younger, taking big bags and have 95, options there.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Same thing. Any good shows on that you're watching right now?
I was thinking about that on the way in. Shogun.
Shogun.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Remember the movie like Last Samurai
Yep.
with Tom Cruise? So
Katie loves that movie.
Yeah, I love it too. It's about this samurai in Japan, and way back, long time ago, and just kind of the different rivals. And I'm horrible at explaining this. I don't know. Go watch it. FX Shogun. I think there's 9. The 9th episode is out last night. Haven't watched it yet.
I'll have to check it out. I'm 2 shows I like.
Okay.
Naked and Afraid and American Idol.
American Idol still on?
Yeah, I love it, dude. Love it. On some of those stories, I know they church these stories up to make them, the person sound, not like a victim, but, like they try to tug on your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Working.
Oh, I know what other show we've been watching. Farmer Wants a Wife.
Farmer Wants a Wife?
Have you watched this one yet?
Never even heard of it.
So it's like The Bachelor, but it's these farmers. Actually, there's one in Tennessee, Mount Juliet. There's one in Florida, one like maybe Arkansas, Missouri, and maybe one in Colorado. But it's kind of the same premise. These guys are just farmers, and they bring in like 4 or 5, 6 girls, and they kind of whittle them down but they do like they're on this farm or ranch.
So this farmer has 4 broads flown into his house.
Yeah.
And he just gets to pick one.
Yeah.
And he finds love.
He finds true love.
I love love.
These shows are kind of ridiculous. But I mean, this show is a little different. Like The Bachelor, all the girls typically want to stay. They want to make it to the end. This Farmer Wants a Wife show, girls are leaving left and right.
Is he putting them to work? Like, hey, it's 4:30.
They do some stuff. You could tell it's scripted stuff. But some of these girls just realize, hey, I've got no connection with him, and this isn't for me. And they just go up. And like, I'm just kind of out. And I mean, there's girls leaving every show.
Does the farmer vote? Like, say all the girls stay and want to be there. Does the farmer vote to keep them on?
No, the farmer like picks. Like he'll tell somebody like, on this show, someone has to leave. Someone has to leave,
and you can't churn butter with a shit.
Yeah,
beat it.
Peace out.
Interesting. I'm not going to say I'm going to check that one out, but I might check the Samurai one out.
Shogun's good.
Yeah. What else?
Turkey season. We got turkey season. We've got
Cody
boys.
Jinks this weekend.
Yeah, that's this weekend. You got any travel plans? Anything coming up?
Yeah, next month, mid next month, Katie is in a wedding up in Pennsylvania. We leave though. I have to be in Dallas for the boot campaign.
Okay.
And some other veterans and entrepreneurs are meeting there, and we're going to be on a board. And
have you heard about this big convention in Tampa? It's for military.
Oh, there's a couple huge ones there.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy in the pool. He was an ex-Ranger.
Yeah,
lives in Tampa, but I was telling him about the boot campaign. And yeah, he was telling me about this huge convention there. There's like 30,000.
I'm trying to think. Is it Suffolk?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I was kind of telling him about Outsider and you and stuff, and he was like, if not this year, he's like, you guys need to come next year because he said like the networking and business and stuff is phenomenal there.
I'll check it out next year.
And we can go back to Burns Steakhouse.
I mean, I'm gonna have to try it now. Best steak in the world.
Best steak I've had.
And I think that's all the travel for next month. We're slammed with podcasts the next couple weeks. Some great guests coming on. Willie Roberts, Josh Smith, some other good ones.
Is Willie is he coming in town?
Yeah, he'll be here.
What's he doing in town?
I'm not too sure. Maybe visiting a couple of his friends, but he's promoting his new book out. So I'm going to read that. And
what's it called?
Yeah, I forget.
Don't know.
But I
forget?
No. But he sent us a couple copies. I just need to find them. And the business is booming. So I've been grinding at that daily. Yep. And I think we're going to go nowhere but up. With that being said, if you guys are listening and your company wants private label drinkware, please go to our website and you can submit your image and we can make you some private label drinkware. So you get these sexy AM Outsider mugs with your company's logo on them. And cigars. Oh, that's what I'm doing with cigars. I'm going to start selling 1-packs and 3-packs and as well as a whole box.
How are the girls doing? What are the girls up to? Anything?
Oh, my. So Mary got in a little trouble at school yesterday.
Oh, what'd Mary do?
And just running amok, not listening, a little inappropriate language.
Oh, Mary?
Yeah, not like kid inappropriate, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't call us, so we found out when we picked Mary up, and then so Katie picked her up, and I'm at home working. I come in and I hear both of them crying.
Mary and
Katie.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, what the heck happened here? And Katie told me, and I didn't appreciate how the ladies at the school talked to Katie, and because I made her feel like a real bad mom. And like,
Mary's 5?
4.
4.
And so I made a little trip down to the school. And,
Oh boy.
And it turned into almost a little vignette in leadership. But everything worked itself out. And Mary did not get to play last night. She did not get to go to gymnastics.
Oh gosh.
And did not get to watch American Idol.
Oh no.
And then she acted up a little at the bus stop this morning when we dropped.
Oh, she doubled down?
I mean, she understands that she was not behaving well.
Okay.
And then this morning at the bus stop, she said something about like to Josie, like, haha, you got to eat dog poop or like something like that. So she had a hard little reset at the bus stop. Gosh. And then Katie took her off to school. So
Jackson's.
But I was working, Katie was working, and I didn't have my phone near me. So I was wondering if the school called because if they can't reach Katie tonight, they're calling you.
Oh, perfect. I'd love to go down there. Mary'd be so pumped.
She would love it.
Oh yeah.
But
I've gotten calls from school from time to time about things. That's the thing about your kids, like you want them to act up, but act up in your house. Whenever you leave the house, let's do things the right way.
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't work like that all the time.
So I think, dissecting the situation, I think it was, that's what I told the gal. It's like, hey, has he ever had issues with Mary before? No. Okay.
She's also 4.
Yeah. It boiled down to, I don't think any of the kids appreciate and or respect the authority of the teacher in the classroom. So I think there's a little issue there, but I think they'll figure it out. It's a really good school, and I highly recommend it. There have been 0 issues in the past. So, and then other than that, the kids just
Jim and Josie, they're doing well, right?
Yeah, they haven't been the biggest fan of their sports lately. When I say sports, ballet and gymnastics, because the weather's turning and it's so nice out. And, in the back of our house where all those kids play, all the kids, it's just mayhem after school. So they don't want to go there after school activities. So
do they go to Let It Shine here?
Yeah.
Yeah. They obviously run a great program just because there's a million kids in there. But it smells like chalk and sweat in there. Like it literally makes me want to gag. I was so happy when Sailor was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, thank God.
I never noticed.
I hope you don't notice now.
Yeah.
Anything.
So how do you feel about, if your kids don't want to play? So first of all, if they start something, they're finishing it, right? So that's a hard rule in our house. But I don't think we're going to make them do anything over the summer. They're going to some gymnastics camp. They're doing a farm camp or horse camp or something like that.
I mean, I think at that age, these kids now, the parents like literally have them they're in something 24/7.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, it keeps them out of trouble, blah, 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 blah. But, in the summer, I played a little bit of baseball, but, that was the time just to ride bikes and play with kids and hang out.
That's what we're thinking.
Go to swimming pools and, we didn't have a pool, so we went to, the community pool. But, that was, we were at the pool 2-3 times a week.
Our pool.
I mean, literally like all day.
our pool opens up on the 1st, and I'm sure our kids are going to live there during the summer.
Why would they not?
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be a million kids there hanging out.
Yeah, I love the pool. So, but
Little sharks and minnows action,
oh, for sure. I wish I had a diving board though.
and like an old school diving board.
Yes.
Pool that I went to as a kid had a diving board.
Yeah, we had the 2 on the side, the 2 low dives on the side, then the big high dive, old school one on the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Decent at front flips, back flips, but doing gainers was my go-to move.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a large human doing a backflip.
I'm like a Siamese cat. But what about you? Travel next month, this month?
We're talking about going to Australia at some point.
Oh, really?
This summer.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam's birthday is in June, and she hasn't been in a minute. So, and I've never been to Australia. So, talking about doing that at some point. Just gotta.
There's going to be a snake in the house, and you're going to drive right to the fucking airport.
I already told her. I was like, listen, spiders, bats, whatever. I'm good. Like, I'm not swimming. I mean, the water. Like, I'll get up to like here. I'm not getting the great white's not going to get me. But this snake situation is a real problem. It's a real problem.
Would you ever go diving with great whites?
I just said I'm literally going up to
Well,
here.
I'm just saying a steel cage around you, maybe just to see one.
Absolutely. To see one, I've got a phone. I can watch videos. I don't need to. Here's the thing. I think we've only discovered like 10% of the ocean. There's shit out there that we have no idea about.
And you could be the first to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Or the first to gets eaten by one.
I would do it 100%. But no one.
Here's the thing. I'd rather like face a lion
Really?
than a great white underwater. Like, you're out of your element.
I learned something recently. I forget who I was talking to. I don't know if it was a PH or somebody, but they talked about lions, and I'm like, hey, are you ever worried about getting attacked by a lion? Because I see, people shoot lions, and they come and charge. And he goes, no, because the lion only goes after the person that shot him.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How crazy is that?
It's revenge.
Dude? Yeah.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty. Yeah. We were. This is a long time ago. We were on. We went to Kenya, and then we were down in the Masai Reserve, I think was what it's called. And we were doing a walking hike in the morning, and they drive us out there, drop us off, and then we're with one of the guides. He's got a gun. And we're walking back, and you see lion out in the distance, and then he just stops. I'm like, we're walking back to the camp. He just stops, and he's like, shit. And I'm like, what's wrong? And there was a female carrying her cubs to move them, and he was like, we can't cross that line. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, if she's going to go dump that one and come back and get another one, and if she smells us, she's going to think that we were messing with her babies or something like that, and she's going to either abandon that baby or come and get us. And so we had to make this huge loop around. I was like, that's the last walking tour I'm doing in Africa.
Yeah, that's not too cool. I've never seen a lion in real life. I've seen a leopard.
I've got pictures. We didn't see a leopard. We might have saw a leopard, but I've got pictures of a lion. We were in, those big Jeeps. I mean, from here to there, 5 feet away.
Really?
It was a little unnerving. I don't think he meant to get that close.
Yeah. Have you seen that video? It's a real old video. I don't know where the folks are at, but they're on the back of an elephant, and they're looking at a tiger. And then all of a sudden the tiger disappears, and the grass looks like pretty tall grass, maybe like a rice field or something like that. The tiger disappears, and all of a sudden that tiger comes up from underneath that elephant, jumps over the elephant, and swats the person in front, ends up killing him.
Yeah.
Or tiger, not a lion, sorry.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't mess with wild animals.
Yeah.
Like, bad shit's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm just so curious.
To what?
I want to see a lion. I want to see a tiger.
Yeah. I mean, they're cool.
Yeah.
You can go to the zoo and see them.
So another story about tigers killing people. San Francisco Zoo, maybe circa 06, right? They have at the San Francisco Zoo. I don't know if it's still like this. I haven't been there in forever, but the tiger's on the outside, and in the back of the outdoor exhibit, there's a door, and they let the tigers in that door, and they're in individual, like little jail cells, and they throw rabbits underneath the bars there, and they eat the rabbits. Right?
Dead rabbits or like live rabbits?
They were dead. Big rabbits. Well, I've been there maybe like 2-3 weeks before this event, and so I watched this whole thing transpire. Well, apparently there was a kid in there, and he's throwing pennies at the tiger when he was eating. And then after the tiger's done eating,
bad idea.
They let the tigers back out in the outdoor exhibit, and there's an unjumpable creek, right, that keeps the tigers in the outdoor exhibit. Well, this tiger ran and jumped the unjumpable creek, ran through a crowd, found this kid and killed him.
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny.
and then laid down, and then they came and obviously killed the tiger. But
what?
He ran. He ran through. I want to say I'd have to look this story up again. I want to say he ran through like 100 yards of people and found this kid and aced him.
Why are we killing the tiger, motherfucker? And he was like, "I'm done here."
But yeah, I wouldn't fuck with a tiger. But,
you know what other animal I wouldn't mess with?
What?
Orcas.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to end up just being a training aid for the young orcas, and the older ones are going to teach their young ones how to kill you.
There's some killer whales out there that I guess that they're just notorious. There's 2 of them, and they've been sinking ships.
What?
Oh yeah, it's like off. If you Google it, there's 2 of them out there, and they've been tracking them for a long time. Yeah, and they just sink ships, and they kill great whites. And
we've talked about this before.
And they eat, all they eat is the liver, and then just discard it.
Didn't you say they were like brothers or something like that?
They're like brothers or something like that.
Just outlaws.
Just literally just out in the ocean, just fucking shit up. Like they're picking on great white sharks. Eat the liver. I guess the liver is the biggest organ in a shark. I guess it's like it makes up like 60% of the body. That's the figure's probably wrong, but it's a large number. Yeah. And they literally just because it's nutrient rich, eat it, just discard it. And they're like, "Hey, let's go fuck that ship up."
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with them.
No,
by any means. I've seen a couple. They're cool to see for sure. But
I don't even want to be close to them.
So I heard through. I'm gonna call it the grapevine, but so countries use aquatic animals to protect their ports. Did you know this? So countries have been known to use seals or sea lions, dolphins, and rumor has it that Russia uses killer whales. So you train these animals, right? And they live in captivity, but in the bay, right? And there's handlers that go down there, they train them. Then they'll put the dolphin in the back of a boat, drive it out to the front of the port, and drop it off. And it swims around and looks for divers. And
really,
it has a big harpoon on its nose, so it comes and it will spear you. That harpoon, I believe, has some sort of buoy attached to it that inflates.
Are you making this up?
No. And then shoot you to the surface.
What?
Right? Yep. And so you'll get a AGE or arterial gas embolism, because you're breathing compressed air at depth. As you go to the surface, your lungs essentially pop, and then you're floating on the surface with an AGE with a harpoon in you, right? So, and there's sea lions that do this too, or seals. I don't know which ones they were or they are, but we heard that Russia uses killer whales.
Of course Russia uses killer whales. Why would they not?
But
can you imagine diving and like a killer whale is just flying at you with a harpoon on its nose?
I've been smoked by a dolphin diving.
Really?
Yeah, we dive against them for some training. And you can feel them. Their sonar. Yeah. So like the hair on your arm stands up a little bit. And then, of course, it's the middle of the night, and they go poof, and they zoop by you, and you see the bioluminescence, so it's like glow. Yeah. And you just know it's coming. And the sucker's coming just.
How much does a dolphin weigh?
Fuck, I don't know. If I had to guess, 700 pounds.
What?
1,000 pounds?
No. A dolphin?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all muscle, but they can't weigh that much.
What are you going with?
Ben, you looking it up? I'm going 450.
So over and under 500 pounds.
Okay.
I'm over.
An adult dolphin,
It's going to be low.
no.
Oh, hi.
1,200 pounds.
Bigger, more moderate-sized dolphins as an adult weigh 331 to 442 pounds.
That's way off.
Way off. It's like, what kind of dolphins you swimming
Ben,
with?
next time lie.
Got you.
Prehistoric dolphins.
Yeah. But so we established you're not going swimming when you go to Australia.
No, hell no.
But cool. What do you got going on the rest of the day?
What was it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Jackson's got a football game this afternoon. Probably going to go lunch somewhere on a patio. It's too nice out. Weather's getting good here.
Yep.
It's going to be hot as hell here soon enough. So that is about it.
Cool.
We got our Silencer Central. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got our cans in. So I might go test some of those bad boys out.
And we got our gray bow stocks on.
Yep.
So we're going to post a video about that. Those stocks are incredibly easy to put on and take off your old one.
Kind of remarkably easy. If we go to Montana, or when we go to Montana, I think Sam's going to use that gun at 28.
Okay.
Nosler Christensen Arms with that stock on there.
I'm going to bring out the Bagheera. And
Is that a 300?
Yes.
Have you shot that thing yet? Do you have a scope
I
on
have
it?
not. No, I'm waiting for my buddy to send me a scope, and we're going to put that on it.
Is it bolt?
Correct.
Cool.
Yep. So, right on. Well, I want to go grab some lunch or something.
Sure.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on all the platforms. Check out our drinkware, our cigars, all our apparel. We got some real cool stuff on our website, and we got more coming.
And send me some flag football plays if anyone out there has some good ones.
Cool.
Awesome.